One positive, Riddle took the pin. I'm John Rethlin with my review of WWE Raw, and just quickly, I want to thank every single one of you all, from new subscribers to original subscribers, anywhere in between, for loving the content, the rants, the retro reviews for movies and wrestling, current wrestling, countdowns, whatever. Thank you guys so goddamn much. Thank you guys for commenting, for reaching out to me, for helping me in just this year alone through a lot of anxiety and depression bouts. It really means a lot. And apparently I've helped out many of you as well. And I'm not going to name names, but many of you have said that I've helped you out. And I don't know how. It means a lot that you find some solace in my content, my rants, or my praising of wrestling and movies. And I just want to take a moment to thank every single one of you all. And we got a month to go in 2020, and in 2021, we'll see what the fuck happens. But as for this show, it wasn't very good. There were some moments where I was like, okay, there was some decent stuff here, but a lot of it, they just took shit, threw it at the wall, they saw what stuck, and what stuck was shit. If they took ideas and threw them at the wall, then maybe something good would have stuck. So anyway, I hate the new Raw theme. Absolutely hate it. We get a moment of bliss with kid chairs, so they're just the right size for Alexa, and Randy Orton is a guest. Also, there's a doll in the cage. Apparently, Annabelle's, bastardized cousin decided to, get trapped. Hopefully the actual Annabelle doll doesn't get out, or we are all fucked. And then Orton talks about bottling up his pain and releasing it all over everybody, splattering it all over their faces. Unlike The Fiend. Well, except if JoJo's involved. But anyway, they're Alexa and Orton are talking because Alexa's like, oh, The Fiend is my bestest friend. And Orton's like, see what I mean? She's like, see what I mean? The lights start going off and everything, and Orton's trying to play mind games. And then suddenly The Fiend. And then Alexa's just in, Orton's arms, and it's like past the bliss, like past the buck. It's like Fiend's like, give her back, that's my friend, give her back, spoopy. And then Orton's like, who's laughing now? Evidently the audience, because I didn't really enjoy this. I mean, some people are liking this, and that's fine. It doesn't work for me, but everybody involved seems to be having a whole lot of fun with it, and they seem to be invested in making it work. I can't fault the participants for trying something new. We then get clips of Drew winning the Rumble. Remember crowds? Why does it feel like the 2020 Royal Rumble happened 5 years ago? Jeff Hardy versus Elias. Symphony of Destruction. A campaign of misinformation is a quote from commentary. Sounds like Vince's friend in the White House. Fucking idiot. So we get Truth in the Grand Piano. The Nakamura Grand Piano, or whatever the fuck they called it. And Gulak, Metalik, and Dorado chase after him and get laid out with various instruments. By the way, there's drums, cellos. They just came to say cello. Ukuleles, because they have to tiptoe through the tulips, and if that song's stuck in your head, yeah, you're just as weird as I am. It's not good to be as weird as I am, but you know what? It is kind of fun. It's great to see what goes on up here. Also, literally no one cares about Chris Lee Knows Best, except somebody at USA Network. Maybe Todd's got, some incriminating evidence on them, because there's no good reason as to why that show should still be on. That show's, I've seen only clips of it in the ads, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. Reality TV is ass. So fucking ass. Anyway, so Elias puts guitar picks in his fists and decides to just brutally fist Jeff Hardy because he picked a spot right there, and it's not the worst thing because he didn't stick a screwdriver in his ear. Ha, thank you, Randy. And then they're drumming up interest, slamming each other's heads on the drums. Some massive symbolism here because I'm just going to make as many band puns as possible. And Jeff Hardy tries to whisper in the wind and gets a guitar smashed right into his ass. Man, a lengthy instrument smashed right into his ass. So much insertion of, instruments here. It was just absolutely crazy. And then Elias tries to stab Jeff Hardy, but gets, stuck in a speaker. Electricity. Shocking, isn't it? And then we get ukuleles laid on Elias on a table right near the steps. Now that's important. Jeff goes up top, does a swanton outside, and hits his head on the back of the steps. Now, I may not be the biggest Jeff Hardy fan as far as a character. Fucking hell, I hope he's okay. Apparently he was. I don't know about Elias. This match was not good, and that was an unnecessary risk. And Jeff Hardy's not going to be walking by 2025. 2021 if he actually keeps going like this. So, that was the first match. The next match wouldn't happen for about another, 20 minutes. And then we get Riddle talking to Keith Lee. Bro, Lee, ha, you get it? DBZ? DBZ reference. DBZ Abridged is the only DBZ I recognize. And he does a fat bastard impression because Drew is Scottish. Keith Lee got so annoyed he left. It's more like Keith leave. Worked hard on that joke. You can tell because I'm very proud of it. And then Kofi and Xavier are talking about Cyber Monday deals. I'm just going to make a moment to, or take a moment to say Xavier talking about cybering. Anyway, so we get the group that calls themselves Retribution, and Flapjack, is talking about how Ali saw me as something more than just a joke, while wearing a $5 hockey mask. I just will not fucking understand it. And then we get Ricochet saying he will not stop fighting against Retribution, the group that calls themselves Retribution. Ricochet versus Slapjack. Okay, so that's, heat-seeking offense, all those kinds of brutal, grinding offense at one point with a line on commentary. So Mason T-Bar, you know what? I'm just going to call them Dio and Dijakovic, because those are better names. These are stupid names. And then Slapjack is who? Thorn? Yeah, a thorn in my side. And then Dana is upset because Mia Yim is not there because she took her out 2 weeks ago and slaps Ali. Despite all this, though, Slapjack gets the victory. Shane Thorn Slapjack. Slap Thorn, if you will. Slapping a thorn. That would hurt. He gets a victory. And, yeah, that was absolute shit. Then clips of Brock being beat by Drew at Mania. Hopefully Brock never comes back. Seriously, he's got millions. He doesn't need to come back. Miz TV with Sheamus. Why is he dressed like a combination of Brad Pitt's character from Snatch and Daniel Day-Lewis's character from Gangs of New York? Apparently it's from a show called Peaky Blinders, which I have not watched. And they were saying, well, why isn't Drew, your friend, giving you a shot? If I win the championship, Miz says, I'm giving Morrison a shot. Money in the bank. They must just be intentionally doing this after the Drew McIntyre line last week. And Sheamus then uses his two hands to fist two men at once, but gets laid out with the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Asuka and Lana are talking strategy, I think. Sarah, looking fucking lovely. And then Shayna and Nia are talking backstage. And man, at one point, one of them says, you bring Asuka to her knees. Go on. And they had a tag match. So, double swinging, and we go to break. Shayna Baszler deserves a whole lot better than this. And then Lana gets beaten down for a while. Nia, at one point, Lana, I think, pulled the ropes a little bit too soon. These spots happen. But Nia just still goes right through the ropes. Runs at him with the ropes open. Nia Jax is a fucking joke. Anti-vax, if you will. And then Asuka kicks Shayna. And Lana tops her 1, 2, 3. So if Shayna Baszler losing to a pregnant Becky Lynch wasn't bad enough, her fetus actually owns a victory over Shayna Baszler, technically. Now Lana got a victory. And I'm not knocking Lana as a person, but just as a character, you're like, really? This is what we're doing? Are we going to have a tag title match, women's tag title match at TLC? Get rid of the women's tag titles. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Have a women's mid-card title. Something. Have it go between all three brands. Better than the tag teams. I'm sorry, there's just no reason for the tag team titles to exist. Nobody has been any good as champion because they never get featured. It's not that there isn't talent involved, but fucking hell, it went downhill after the Iconics lost them. So we then get Drew and Sheamus talking about a lot of fun, all that, and they're like, oh man, will Sheamus turn on his best friend? And acceleration. Not acceleration, but that was a line said, on commentary. I think they're intentionally putting Drew McIntyre, botches, that is, in this program now. We get a dream sequence, but not a dream sequence because no minors are being texted. And it's a dream sequence of what the New Day has done to the Hurt Business. And then the Hurt Business is gonna hurt you is an actual line that was said. The scripting needs to stop. Cedric versus Xavier. Yeah, Cedric attacks Xavier before the bell rang. The match was fine for what it was. Cedric lands, badly into the barricade after Xavier reverses a dive. Okay, 30 seconds to a minute later, lumbar check 1, 2, 3, and Cedric wins. Made no sense. Made no goddamn sense at all. Both these guys are good talents. And then Omos, I think is the guy's name, the big tall guy that's with Styles. Last about Riddle saying Skipper. It's like a rabbit. I guess they're trying to make him like, tell me about the rabbits, George. It's nice to know that somebody on creative just learned what Of Mice and Men is. And then Styles slaps Riddle. Good. Slap him harder next time. Facts about Drew. More like Drew McIntyre. Ooh, boy, these puns are really not good. Keith Lee versus Styles versus Riddle. Sudden death triple threat match. Not since the Benoit household have we seen a violent triple threat match like this. Boy, that's going to get me in trouble. But it was good. Despite the fact Riddle is a very good athlete. I just find Riddle very creepy. Byron also said the word chillax during this. And I don't understand how a man, with his skin tone sounds whiter than I do. It's fucking weird. I am very, very white. I'm as white as this goddamn, as this graphic on this shirt. By the way, go Naito. And then Keith Lee getting an opportunity, if you will. I'm going to keep doing this. Until I drive people nuts. Nuttier than they already are. And it wasn't dull to say that. Phenomenal form, pins Riddle. Cool. I'm just going to do this because, the show wasn't all that great. Miz and Morrison decided to be more annoying. Do we look like idiots to you? While Miz is dressed like that. Charlie, my God, she is gorgeous. Dana versus Mia. I refuse to call her Reckoning. This gimmick is a rectomy. I'm not knocking Mia. I like Mia. Jobber entrance for Yim, which probably should have told us right there. By the way, roll up 1, 2, 3. And she loses the mask. Everybody acts shocked. Oh no, oh my God. Reckoning is Mia Yim. So apparently everybody on the commentary team, everybody else is just fucking stupid. There is no failure in Retribution, says Ali. Retribution has had more losses than I've had concussions. I've had a lot of concussions. Styles is backstage with his friend Omos. Well, he's almost there. Whoa, Styles on a prayer. And Miz has his briefcase like, hey, we need to work together, take out Drew McIntyre. And Morrison offers a peace offering of a pie. So Styles takes Morrison's steaming pie from his hands and almost says it's a cupcake. Why are they making him an idiot? He doesn't seem like an idiot. And then Riddle and MVP. Losing sucks. And hey, here's my ideas. How about we do gardening? Weeding. Your yard will be weedless. And then we can, get... And then more weed jokes because he gets high all the time. Then Lashley attacks Riddle. Please have Lashley beat Riddle. Don't have Riddle win the U.S. title. Please fucking don't. Lee then talks to Sheamus. People are saying you're going to turn on your partner tonight. And Drew's lengthy sword is out for everyone to see while Charlie is fucking looking right at his claymore during this goddamn thing. And I don't mean the sword. Fucking hell, Charlie. I don't blame her. I'm just saying. He says you can tell a lot by a man by looking into his thighs. I may have misunderstood that. And then we have a tag match. Drew and Sheamus versus Miz and Morrison. The main event. Styles is on commentary. Sheamus at one point beats one motherfucker with another motherfucker. And then Morrison violently scissoring Sheamus a little bit later. And then Sheamus gets taken out. Phenomenal form to McIntyre. So DQ. Miz is arguing with Styles while Morrison hits Starship Pain, sort of. And Drew's laid out and Miz is like, no, it's not your opportunity. And Styles is trying to tell him, no, you idiot, go cash in. And they made Miz look like an idiot. Claymore to Miz. Styles gets taken away, carried out on his shoulders. You're lucky he's got me. He says, get it out of your system. Piss me off, please. I'm not worried about Jackass and the Beanstalk. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. This wasn't a very good show. Drew's great. There were a couple good moments. That's it. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.